Hey guys, it's Big Dave here for Tales of Telara, and it's Monday, and you know that means it's time for Warfronts. This week on Warfronts, it's my level 35 rogue. He is spec'd into Bard, of course, and this is the Codex. I do have to say that I think after a year of Rift, more than a year, actually at this point, I was in Beta 3? So yeah, we're talking about a year and 3 months-ish of Rift. I have to say that Bard is by far my favorite class in the whole game that I have yet encountered. There probably are specs I haven't played, but I certainly enjoy Bard more than anything else. And that really got me thinking, and that's why this episode of Warfronts is going to be a sort of a contemplative, it's almost more of a ramblings, really. It's going to be sort of a contemplative episode because, quite frankly, we're going to kick the hell out of the Guardians in this match, and there's not going to be a whole lot to talk about specific to this match, yet it was my only good recording, so it's what we have to use for the video. So you can see me here grabbing the translation scope right off the bat, and as things get going, we will start to sort of branch off into a conversation about the state of PvP in MMOs. And I don't want that to sound any more intelligent than it's going to be, because it's not going to be very intelligent, but you'll see what I'm talking about as we go forward. So we absolutely claim the hell out of the Codex with very little resistance, and finally a couple of stragglers start to come in and put up what I would not even be able to call a valiant effort, as this is just sort of, hey, I'm here and I'd like to go back to the spawn point, so please kill me, you 6 guys. And indeed we oblige. I mean, what more would you do when someone asks you to bring about their swift and painful death? So Codex is on lockdown, the Vault on lockdown, translation scope, of course, locked down, so we are off to an amazing start. Not so much there for me, a little bit overextended, and I get rained down on with some ranged attacks, and even find myself here, not quite in the right position. And still, that persistent rogue up there with her bow and arrow just beating the hell out of me. So I send my dire wolf to make a little hay, and indeed he does. I wish I could have got that. I wish I could have got that finisher off, but she just got out of line of sight just before I could. So you can see my wolf up there harassing her to the point that she actually, gets killed. So lovely. Wonderful, my wolf getting a kill, doing actually better than me in this match so far. And here he comes. Hi, boy. Good job. Good job. And again, of course, the water has been stolen by someone. We still don't know who. I believe the investigation is ongoing. That's a joint effort between the Guardians and the Defiants to determine who has taken the water. And, oh, there it is. And it is back. So apparently the person who did steal it, feeling a little bad about their crime, and returned it of their own free will. So wonderful. Moving in here and trying to really just put the hammer down and completely lock this game down. We do it pretty easily. Despite the best efforts of the Guardian team, we do manage to 4-cap it with the countdown ticking down. 15 seconds left until we secure that statue. And from there, it's academic. We pretty much finish them off in fairly short order. So that brings me to the opportunity to talk about my weighty topic, or my seemingly weighty and intelligent topic, and that is the state of PvP and MMOs in general. And you can see this rogue here just totally flustering me, catching me off guard, and just absolutely destroying me. I just forget how to play for a moment when that rogue hits me. Like, we were pushing them back, we were doing so well, and then I was like, what's this? They're actually resisting. This rogue is seriously trying to kill me? I guess I should push some buttons. And then I did, but it was too late. So MMO PvP. The reason that this comes up, and I think that some of you may understand why this subject will come up, is Guild Wars 2. Yes, it is the elephant in the room, the 800-pound gorilla, whatever analogy you would like to use. It is a massive stonking beast, and it is looming over the entire MMO scene, promising to revolutionize it to an extent. Is it going to? I don't know. I played a lot of Guild Wars 1, and I really, really enjoyed it. For a time, I was a staunch Guild Wars 1 player, to the point where I refused to play World of Warcraft for the first few months that Guild Wars was out. You know, I said, this is my game, this is mine, I'm going to support this game, and that's all there is to it. I don't want to hear anything about your world of cartoon craft. I just want to play my awesome, awesome Guild Wars, because I ain't got to pay no monthly fee. Yeah. That ended quickly, and I find myself back in the subscription MMO world for many years to come. Haven't touched Guild Wars 1 in, probably a good 5 years now. But Guild Wars 2 is on the horizon, and it got me thinking about the combat system here within these hotkey-based MMOs, as they're sometimes called. And it got me to realize that the thing that Guild Wars 2 seems to offer more than anything else is the promise to play it your way. I'm not going to go into the details of how the game actually functions, but suffice it to say there are systems within the game which allow you to alter your playstyle and pretty much be proficient with all manner of damage dealing and to some extent healing with just about any class that you want. It essentially gives you the ability to do what you want to do and play the game how you want to play it. And the reason that I'm really thinking about that is because I do love the Bard, but sometimes I feel not that great while playing the Bard. I mean, I think the Bard is fairly overpowered in the 30 bracket from what I can tell, but, you know, sometimes I feel like this is a class that is not quite complete. It's not quite all theirs. Other classes do many of the things that the Bard does in terms of buffing and things like that. And in many ways, it's similar to the early incarnations of the Shaman in World of Warcraft. There are other things that can be done by other classes that maybe sometimes are better. Conflicting buffs, better buffs that overwrite your buffs, things like that. So, is that fun? Is that great? Does it feel good to have the class that you love not quite be the class that you can play viably all the time? Not really. And I think the promise of the ability to do that is intriguing, to say the least. I do have plans to try Guild Wars 2. No, I'm not in the beta, but I think the current style of combat that we have in these games, the style of combat that we've had in hotkey-based MMOs for so long, it's due for a change, and I would welcome a change. And I really like Rift. I like the world that they've created for this game. I like the fiction, the lore, if you will. And I don't want to see this game fall, but at the same time, it does feel like the time for this sort of stuff is not drawing to a close, but it is waning. That people want more and expect more, and I think Guild Wars 2 is trying to offer more. I think it's an interesting prospect at the least, and I'm definitely going to check it out. I hope that you guys can kind of feel my rambling here, and essentially to sum everything up, I mean, what I'm saying is I want to have it my way. You know, I want to be able to play the character that I enjoy. I want that character to be viable, and I want to be able to be versatile, to be able to tweak that character out, and to be able to actually feel like I can be successful at playing a character that I love to play. Hopefully I've been able to present that in a somewhat coherent way, and you can kind of understand what I was talking about. As for this game, in standard Warfronts fashion, not a lot to learn here. Lessons learned, not a whole lot. Don't get trapped in your spawn. If you're trapped in your spawn, don't wait 2 minutes before somebody finally runs out and backcaps something. That's pretty much it. Lessons learned. Alright guys, I have been Big Dave, this has been Warfronts, and please feel free to talk a little bit about the things that I've pointed out in the comments below. Do you have more information on Guild Wars that might excite me or depress me? Either way. And what do you think about it? What have you heard about it? What do you think based on what you've heard? And do you think you will actually give it a try? I know this is a Rift channel, I know that this is a Rift video, but it's got me thinking. I gotta say, the hype machine is in full swing at this point, and I am thinking about that game. And I'm thinking about it in the context that relates back to the game that we all love, Rift. So I think it's a discussion worth having, and that's why I decided to dedicate this episode of Warfronts to it. Alright guys, I have been Big Dave, and until next time, take it easy.